Many thanks to God for bringing us thus far. Welcome to a Healing Talk Show. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Your reality is under your control. Say something, somebody.
Your reality is under your control. Talks about your thought pattern. I believe strongly that your thoughts determine your lot in life. Decisions determine destination. You want to succeed in life, you think success thoughts, and they will make you have a successful life. So definitely, with our thoughts and our actions, we can control our tomorrow. Thank you.
I'm Bukola. Your reality is under your control simply means that the kind of belief you have will make you to make the decision you are making, and it will also affect your tomorrow. So you have your belief under your control. What you choose to believe determine your decision and determine who you become in life in the future. Thank you.
Your reality is under your control simply means, well, whatever decision you make in life is always going to affect your future. So when you have the opportunity, always make wise decisions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the answers you provided. Your reality is under your control. For me, it means you have your own self-power to do anything you want to do, whether good or bad. The things are before you. As a student, you choose to enter cult, to become a cultist, whether male or female. It's under your control. If you choose to do runs while your colleagues are studying in school, to have a good grade, it's under your control. You know that. You know that this line you're choosing is not the right path, and yet you do it. How many years do you really have to spend in school that want to enter cult and spoil your life forever? Those cultist members, they know their life really short-lived. If they ever succeed in graduating, they will contend with their contemporaries in other places. That they kill somebody, you too must be killed. You cannot live. So it's your decision, actually. You know the truth. So I advise you as youths, because I deal with the youths here now, to do the right thing. Whatever decision you make, whether make you in future or mar you. So do the right thing, because you have the power to resist evil. You have the power to cleave to the right. That is why I brought this here, that your reality is under your control. So you can control it. And be nice to yourself, be good to yourself, good to your parents, good also to your society you're going to live in future, if you live a decent and a good life because of your decision. So we'll stop here for now, continue with our program for today. Lots of unspeakable things are happening this period, both good and bad. So we as a people need to tread with caution to avoid falling victims. Apparently, inflation and security concerns during festive season is the topic for today's consideration. Run a break line. When we come back, the guests will be introduced. Please stay tuned. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, inflation and security concerns during festive season is the topic for today's discussion. And with me in the studio is a human resource. Let's make welcome Fade Kemi Bakare.
Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Before discussion proper, please follow us on social media handles as displayed on the screen. Fade, you're welcome again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please, introduction, definitions, and perspective of this subject matter.
Inflation is generally increase in price, and it reduces the value of money to purchase items. An example is before now, if you want to cook okra soup for 2 persons, 1,000 naira would do to cook okra soup.
Yes,
but right now, you can even buy gari out of that 1,000 naira. But right now, you can't make okra soup for 2 persons with less than 2,000 naira. In fact, if you need to buy gari, you need to add like 500 naira to it. Causes of inflation, number one is currency devaluation, which we are facing right now. The naira has really devalued. I can't imagine that 1,000 naira to $1 is crazy. And you know, when you talk about Christmas, festive period, there's this joy. Christmas is all about love. Christmas is all about sharing, giving. You know, you see people that have, they come around, they give to people that don't have, they share food and all that. And God is love. That's why Christmas is all about love. Our Lord Jesus Christ is even a gift to us.
To the world. Yeah.
Yes, to the world. And when he was giving birth to the 3 wise men, the 2 gifts to him. So that's where we got all the sharing of gifts from for Christmas and the festive period. You create memories with family, you come around with friends and family, create memories, you be merry, you cook different kinds of food. You know, it's at that time that you see special food that you've not eaten for a very long time. So Christmas is a very special season.
Some family members also return home.
Exactly.
To share in the Christmas.
You know, there's this feeling.
Vibes,
there's this vibe during Christmas that you get that you don't get any other time. Yeah. You see Christmas lights, churches are
and the Christmas
conducting Christmas carols. Exactly. You know, churches are conducting Christmas carols and all. It's just so, it's enticing. You feel happy. At that time, it's just so unfortunate that at that time, that's when inflation creeps in. I talked about the devaluation of Naira, the increase in production of goods, people that sell, even farmers. Some farmers,
exactly. Some items,
Some farmers have even stopped farming because of bandits. You know, bandits rape some of them, they even kill some of them. So agricultural produce has even increased because of all those are the causes of the so-called inflation that we are talking about. And then when there's too much supply of money in the country as well, in economics, too much supply of money, decrease in supply of money as well, all of these things affects the economy, which is really eating us deep right now in Nigeria. And it's unfortunate that at this festive season, that's when it creeps in and it affects the average Nigerian from celebrating like they want to, except if somebody has saved enough for the time. Even when you save enough, sometimes it's not enough, especially when it comes to the poor people, the very poor people that cannot even afford a meal. It's really saddening. That's why during Christmas season,
we call them the low-income earners. We don't want to use the word poor. You know, it's demeaning somehow. So we call them low-income earners.
Thank you for that correction. Thank you so much.
That's good. Yeah.
So, and during this time, unfortunately as well, the crime is also heightened at that time. You see cybercrime, they call it Yahoo. You know, and pickpockets, you enter a vehicle and you're watching your bag, you're carrying your bag, commercial vehicles now, carrying your bag carefully so that you won't
fall victim.
You won't fall victim.
Yeah.
And then shops are being burgled, you know, people break in and steal goods and all that. All of those things happen during this festive period, which is so unfortunate, but I pray God will help us all.
Exactly. That's why I say so many unspeakable things are happening, both good and bad. You know, because even those who are pilfering or who are stealing, they also want to belong, they also want to celebrate. That is their own mindset. But they're finding their money in a very wrong way, because stealing will not make you celebrate. Christ brought peace and love. Then go and see for your neighbor to celebrate the same Christ. Exactly. Does not really make sense. And that is why we're saying that. But you need to work hard. Working hard is not by stealing, so that you can also be a part of the celebration. Now we'll take a break. Vivid View.
See and do it.
Welcome back. Cease treating inflation and security concerns during festive season. Let's take me, Fade, to another question. It says, why are there always criminal activity during festive seasons?
There's usually criminal activity during festive season because you see people that want to belong, they want to show off. Greed causes it, covetousness, poverty. unemployment causes all of these things. And you know, sometimes let's say for example, I go to the village last year Christmas, and I see Bimbo. Bimbo comes with a car. Bimbo comes with a brand new car. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking this. I have to go to the village next year with a brand new car as well, even bigger than that of Bimbo.
Yeah.
Forgetting that Bimbo might have gotten a promotion from work and she was given an official car. So, you know, people just want to like, this December must be dirty. You know, dirty December and all that. This December, I must show them, then go green. And you put unnecessary pressure on yourself. And just because you want to show off, some girls go to the level of having sugar daddies.
And all those stuff.
Exactly. And all of these things are caused because of the level of unemployment in the country, poverty. When I'm content with what I have, even if I'm earning 50,000 naira, I should be able to
Manage with your plans. Yes.
Allocate funds to different things that I need, not unnecessary items. And you don't forget to save for the rainy days as well. So
people should be able to separate their wants from their needs.
Yes.
Because people don't know that difference. So anything their eye catch, no.
They want to get
those
it.
Your wants are not your needs.
Exactly.
Really. And so that's good. That's a good point.
If you're earning low, you shouldn't be aiming to get a car, because after getting that car, how are you going to fuel it?
Maintenance of the car,
exactly,
and many other things.
So
that goes
if
with
the
that.
tire of the vehicle gets spoiled, how much are you going to use to fix it? How much are you earning? So we should get our priorities right. Greed, like I said, greed. Be content. Greed causes it. You want to steal, like all of the boys that want to pickpockets. This December must be dirty now. Regardless of anything, I must do anything to dirty this December.
Yes, and also to please their girls. Perhaps they have been wearing one particular girl. This is the period now. Okay, you understand?
So cyber crimes are heightened, all of those things, just because of the items that I mentioned, greed, poverty, unemployment, and all.
So many things actually around this reason why people, the crime increased throughout this festive period, and they're not really far fetched from what you have just said, just to belong and show off. But that's a very wrong mindset. Just to show off, then you start killing. No, cut your coat according to your size and your material. What you have, give God time for the one you have. Struggle, because this Christmas it didn't just come. You earlier, every other normal person will start planning from January. Start planning. Start making small savings. If it's 300 naira, you save in a month or in a day, 200, 100 as it comes, better. So don't just when it's done now, that's September, or when we enter month, no, don't do that. Have a long time to plan. I always say plan your work and work your plan. So that's how it's supposed to be done, involving yourself into things. Involving yourself into things that will hurt your neighbor. Because when you go and see somebody's thing, now you hurt the person that you stole from. And that is not good enough.
Sorry to chip this in, man.
Yeah.
You know, we say Christmas is about love.
Yeah.
God is love. The Bible says that you should love God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul. And the other most important commandment is love your neighbor as
like
yourself.
Yeah.
If you cannot love God that you can't see, how can you love your neighbor? And if you cannot love your neighbor, that's when stealing comes in. That's when you want to harm your neighbor to get what you want. So if we can all love ourselves, contentment will come in.
Those that have will give to those that don't have. Yes. These are all part of love, showing love to one another. You know, so it is important that we do that this period that we mentioned, this period of exchange of gifts. Let's try and do that. But you that don't have, remember next year now, entering 2024, don't go and stay in 2024. Start planning from January. Start keeping small things, small like that. Before you know it, by December you have enough. You will not be tagged again as a criminal. And that's where we're going to. That's the reason why we brought this the discussion today. We'll take a break now. Vivid View, say and do it. Welcome back. We are still discussing inflation and security concerns during festive season. Now again, Fade, how can one become security conscious at all times? I mentioned some safety tips.
Safety tips. One cannot use earphones when you're walking on the road. You see people walking on the road and they plug in their 2 ears.
You cannot even hear
You
it.
can't even be aware of what is going on in your environment. That's one. Another one is you minimize the use of generator. Yes, the sound of generator is deafening. When someone wants to come and steal, you will not even know when the person is coming into your compound. When the place is quiet, you'll be aware of your surroundings. You know what is going on, so you'll be prepared. And then your locks, you ensure that your locks are in good order because of break-in, to avoid break-in. Then when you're driving, you don't pick a stranger that you don't know before. And you ensure that your car is in good condition, so it doesn't break down on the road, to avoid hoodlums that attract hoodlums that will come and meet you and then they harm you. You don't go out late at night. I understand that in Lagos, you cannot avoid that, especially people that are working on the island, living on the mainland. Yes, some people pride themselves as night crawlers, but please just avoid night crawling. You just avoid that until after the festive season, if you can avoid it. And then when you're going to use the ATM, you don't go to use a bank that is in a lonely place where touts are loitering around, and you get
watchful.
Exactly, you be watchful where you're going to, and when you go to parties, you don't take drinks from strangers. You take drinks from strangers, you don't even know what they're put inside.
That is even one aspect. If you also turn your drink in a glass, and there's a need for you to leave that seat that moment, is it that you hurry and finish your drink, or when you come back,
you don't even touch the drink at all. Exactly.
Don't drink again. These are part of safety tips. When you're moving on the street, watch your back. If you're even driving and you notice that a particular motor is following you for a long distance, the advice is look for any nearby police station and drive. Or you park in front of where people cluster. You can just park and see whether the person wants to park with you or it will just pass. So these are carefulness or some of the things we need to during this period. A lot of things, like I said before, unspeakable things are happening. There are many ways they can trap people. They can throw egg now on your car. Do not even use your wiper. Leave it like that till you move away from that scene before you think of how to clean your wiper. By the time you switch on your wiper, you will be blocked. You will not even see anywhere, and you'll be forced to park. The moment you park and want to step down, in fact, you'll be attacked. So these are things that those of us that are people that use cars need to be very, very careful. Don't deliberately stay late. Keep late. Deliberately. I use the word deliberately. That those are club. If you don't club, it's like you're drinking club water. If you don't go, you not be yourself again. No. Sometimes
take a break.
No, yes. Sometimes take a break. Give peace a chance. I think that's the right word. And remain at home. So these are some of the safety tips we can. There are more to help you this period. And like we said before, run away also from anything called evil, anything called all the vices. Run away from them. Don't go and steal now. You are hearing me now. This is not time for you to go and steal because you want to celebrate Christmas. Don't steal. Help will come. Rather pray, and help will really come because many people are going around and sharing gifts here and there, and help will come your way. Better that way. So whenever you use the money to cook food, you enjoy the food. You use money you stole for somebody who is crying and his heart will be broken to. You will not enjoy that food. It will be like a thorn in your flesh. So let's do the right thing this time. Okay, amidst a high cost of living, how do you think the average Nigerian should celebrate Christmas?
Amidst the high cost of living, you can celebrate Christmas by saving for the rainy days. When you've saved, for example, me now, I limit the number of ashwebi I buy. Ashwebi is a major problem for women.
Yeah.
There was a time that a friend of mine wanted to get married and the ashwebi color was green. And I had a green outfit. I'm like, no, I'm not buying this. I have green already. And she said, no, it's a different shade of green. It's turquoise, whatever. I don't know. And I said, green is green. So if you limit the number of ashwebi you buy, that gives you an opportunity to save more. Just save for the rainy days and be prepared instead of being greedy and you want to get everything.
You know, like I said earlier, this service may not start today now because Christmas is already very close. But I've given you to them, let it be their New Year resolution next year. As a young girl, as a young boy, start saving from January. You know, the main things you do with money that are not necessary. So channel that money to keep it somewhere. If you don't put it in your bank, you can have a small safe. I do have a small safe I got from a Sterling Bank, and I love that safe. Any small thing I told them, I can't open it except I carry it to Sterling Bank before they can open it. And so it makes me to keep something for myself. I don't retire. I'm a retiree. So I need to be saving. And I've already cultivated that attitude before even my retirement. So Christmas is just free for me, because I know I have not break my own. Don't come to my house, so no way. You know? But I know that if I break it, I'll have enough money. Honestly, it's something I have done over the years. So you can use your own carpenter to carve something and dropping it there. And discipline yourself. I'm not going to touch it for the purpose.
They sell it around.
And discipline yourself, because discipline and self-control is also important here. You cannot save well if you're not well disciplined. Look at the scenario she gets. Say, no, I have green. Why should I go and buy another one when I have a similar thing? Exactly. And that is discipline. Did they drive you back from the party?
No.
So, you know, sometimes we do certain things, they're just not able to play, and you go to the corner and start crying. So this is how you can also overcome this in future. We'll take a break now. Vivid View.
Say and do it.